Brenda, I just got $100,000 deposited right into my bank account. What is all this money for?
That's money for you to use for your schooling. You told me before that you wanted to go overseas for college, right? So I wanted to give you that money as a way of getting you out there.
Wait. Why are you giving me this kind of money, though? I know I've told you before about how I want to go overseas for college, but I knew it would cost money. And I was planning on working to make some of that money. You didn't have to borrow this money or anything like that, right?
It's not borrowed or anything, so you can relax. This happens to be money I obtained from my parents after they passed away.
Wait, you got this money as inheritance?
Last month, both my parents passed away at the same time, right? And while I've been over at their house taking care of it and cleaning it up, I found their wills. They told me that there would be no will, but after cleaning around in the house, I found them in my father's nightstand.
Really? So that must mean you found more than enough to where you were able to give me this much for my dream.
That's right. But I'm a bit upset that they never used this money up while they were still around. They could have had it all, going into a really nice retirement condo or something. They always told me that they didn't have any money and that they wanted to stay in their old home together.
I feel that you should be getting all this money though, Brenda. You worked a whole lot and spent most of your time taking care of your parents, so you deserve this money more than I do. I feel terrible using the money you were given on my schooling.
What are you talking about, Alex? Let me tell you right now that I got enough money from my mom and dad that I'm totally fine handing you $100,000. I think this is the kind of money I'd like to share with those that I love. So please, don't get the wrong idea and use all that money up making your dream of studying overseas come true. It's only right for me to give you money as you're my son. I never thought I'd have that kind of money to give you, but you should take it and use it. That's what I want you to do. Or could this all mean that you don't see me as your mother? Maybe you don't want my money because you don't feel as though I'm like your mother at all.
That's not it at all. I think of you as being my real mum, Brenda. And I'm really happy to hear you calling me your son. Actually, having all this money to spend on school makes me really happy.
Then please take it and don't say anything else to me about it. I love you so much and think of you as an amazing son, so please show me that you can become even more amazing in another country.
Thank you so much for this. I'm going to get right to work, talking with one of the schools I'm really wanting to go to.
Yoo-hoo, Mom! I know it's been 2 years now, but how are you doing? Huh? Christine? What do you want with me right now? Why are you asking me that like you don't want to hear from me? Your favorite daughter is finally getting back in touch with you, so you should be more excited than that. And actually, I was a bit worried about you, hence me texting you again. You're worried about me? I heard that Grandma and Grandpa passed away, so I was just assuming that you might be pretty down after all that happened. You'd always been around those two, taking great care of them, right? So I'm sure you're very lonely now and sad. I never thought that you, of all people, would be worried about me. Especially after you left me to take care of my parents and then kicked me out of your life. So strange to be hearing from you like this again. Hey now, don't say something scary like that, all right? I didn't kick you out of anything. You're making it look like I'm some kind of horrible daughter to you. Well, that's because you have been a horrible daughter to me. Neither you or your father ever came near me when I was having to care for my parents, and it hurt. Instead, you actually grew further away from me and made sure I was aware of that. And just as I was having a terrible time having to balance out my life and caring for my mom and dad, you started to complain about the chores at home never being done. And started to say that I smelled awful after coming home from caring for my parents before running to your room and leaving me with all the chores to have to do then. And in the end, you handed in your own parents' divorce papers, right? Aw, I'm sorry about back then. I was just like Dad and very busy with a whole lot of things. That's it. It made me a little moody is all. And because of my moodiness, I happened to get you and Dad divorced. Excuse me? Well, come on now. Dad was so busy having to work from morning to night every day of the week and never had time for you. And I myself was in the middle of looking for a job but wasn't having any luck. So both Dad and I couldn't be asked to do the chores at home and made you do them all instead. All you had to do was take care of our family, but you always did stupid things like go to Grandma and Grandpa's place to help them. I was really pissed at you for focusing on them all the time instead of on our house, and that made me even more moody. So that's your reasoning for kicking me out of that house and out of your life? I can't believe it. But hey, after you were gone, I began to understand just how important you were. Both Dad and I learned that there was some use for you. What? We started to learn just how tough doing the chores is and how dirty as well. And we also learned that having to care for others is quite a difficult task. And looking online and watching the news, we learned. But it was too late then, because I already had handed in Dad and your divorce papers and got you both separated. I'm so sorry about that. Are you really here to apologize to me for that? I actually wanted to apologize to you back then, but I was too afraid of calling you. I had started to think that you would hold all of that against Dad and I and didn't want you doing anything to us. But I just heard that Grandma and Grandpa died. I guess they couldn't stick around any longer, could they? And I'm sure losing both your parents must be hurting your heart so badly, right? What has gotten into you, Christine? You are a lot different than you were 2 years ago. It's only natural for me to be worried about my mom, right? So that's why I'm thinking next time you and I can go out for food together. Actually, how about we go to a resort for the weekend and relax together? What? I was thinking us two could go to one of those really luxurious and expensive resorts in Cancun and relax there. This time I promise to be there for you and make sure you can feel my love. I'm happy to see that you're feeling that way. But you are actually willing to come take me to Cancun to a resort there for a weekend to relax? What? When it comes to money, you're the one that's loaded, right? I heard you got $2 million from your parents after they died. I was planning on having you pay for the expensive resort and all that's needed with that money for us. What? Why do you know about the money I inherited from my mom and dad? And how do you know the amount I received? Dad told me all about it. When he had heard about your parents dying, he immediately started to search and find out how much money you'd be getting. That bastard did that? Both Dad and I have been waiting for you to contact us about it, okay? But after a week, you never got around to telling us about either of your parents dying or the money. That's when I thought you might be so saddened by their deaths that you didn't have it in you to talk with anyone about it. So that's why I contacted you first instead. So this is all about the money I received then. I knew that the amount of money I received was far too large to go unnoticed. But I thought I would have had at least a few years before someone found out about it. Instead, that dick looked into it the moment he heard about my parents passing. So, when are we going to Cancun? I have a lot of PTO to use up, so any time is fine with me. If you really want to, this weekend would be the perfect time to go. I have no reason to go there. And taking you, of all people, to a resort for the weekend would never go well for me mentally. Especially since you only want to be around me for my money. Huh? I am giving you a chance to finally meet your favorite daughter after 2 years. You really think it's okay to say such rude things to me when I'm being so generous? I wasn't being rude to you about it. I happen to have the right to choose who I'd like to go with to a resort, and I've chosen not to go with you. If you keep saying things like that to people, you will really be forever alone. Not only did you lose both your daughter and your husband in a divorce, but now you're not going to have anyone around you when you become a grandma yourself. If you keep that kind of toxic attitude up, you're going to die all by yourself with not a single soul around you. I don't think that ever happened to me. So you can stop worrying about me. Do you really think that just because you have $2 million now, you're never going to end up alone? I actually do think that. With money like this, I'm sure I can make something happen to keep me from being alone. I can choose to find myself a new man if I want to grow old with, or I can pay to put myself into a retirement community. Sure you can. You can have all the money in the world, but being a toxic mess like you will never bring people around you. If anything, people will run away from you when they hear about the kind of person you've become. Then your life will be even worse knowing everyone hates you. I'm sure that could always be possible. You can never buy someone else's love and friendship with just money. But you can save yourself from a future like that right now. As long as you start paying for me, I'll come right back to you and be your true daughter again. If you start paying $3,000 a month for me, I'll be around you all the time. How does that sound? What? $3,000 a month? And to seal the deal on that, you'll have to take me to Cancun first. Then once I've found that I can trust you, you can start paying me that $3,000 a month to keep me around. Even if you can't be around Dad anymore, you can have me back as your daughter again. How about that? Do you want to sign up for a subscription to me? So you're saying I can be your mother again for $3,000? Why would I ever waste my money on something with no merit? But you just told me a second ago, right? You can't buy someone's love and friendship with just money. Well, I'm telling you right now that with a small payment of $3,000 every month, you can do just that. You would never want to grow up to become lonely and old, right? I am willing to love you for the rest of your life as long as you keep that $3,000 coming. You should be thankful for this special deal. I only have a son right now, and he's all I need. What? So you don't have to worry about me ever becoming old and alone, because that'll never happen. I have someone very important to me as my family. So because of that, I don't need anything from you. Now, you hold your horses, Mom. Who is your son? Did you get yourself a pet or something? Jeez, Mom, you really are such an idiot sometimes. Thinking that an animal would ever be able to give you the same love and affection as a human is crazy. Huh? I never said he was a pet. I don't even have any pets. I would never get a pet to keep me company in my older age. If I passed away, what would happen to it? Then tell me who this son of yours is. Wait, did you get remarried? But Dad would have heard something about that had it actually happened. I am not remarried to anyone. I actually went and adopted my own kid. And that's why I now have a son. Huh? You adopted a son? Mom, you actually went out and got yourself an adopted son? What the hell do you think you're doing? What do you mean? I just wanted to have a son is all. I thought that with a son, I could have someone to raise and care for still and wouldn't have to worry about being alone as I got older. So that's why I chose to adopt. I have no idea why you would do something like that. I get that after losing your parents, you can become really distressed and all, but you went and adopted a child? Did you become so saddened by the loss of your parents that you actually went crazy? You're being rude. I have not gone crazy in any way, nor did I do this out of my sadness after losing my parents. I have had him long before my mom and dad passed, and he is very close to me now. I knew him even before I adopted him, and after a long time of getting to know one another, I was able to legally go through with the adoption. This year, actually. So you've known him for a long time then. So this must mean that I know him as well. I'm pretty sure you don't know a thing about him, nor does he know about you and your dad. I first met him while he was at his grandma's retirement home. But you probably wouldn't care to hear anymore since you think of things like retirement homes and caring for the elderly as stupid. You met him at a retirement home? When my mom started getting close to her final days, she developed dementia, and it was hard for me to care for her on her own. So every once in a while, I had her go to a retirement home on the weekend so that Dad and I could relax a little at home. And, well, one of the times I went in to go get her, I ran into a young man volunteering there. And after we first met, we'd always talk to one another whenever I'd be around. But he told me something very interesting the first time I met with him. He told me that I look a lot worse off than most of the elderly living there, and then proceeded to ask me if I was all right. He was volunteering there as a kid? He was so kind to me, and to think he paid enough attention to realize I wasn't okay. After that, he and I became really close. And, well, he told me that he was in a foster home at the time and went there to volunteer because it was a good thing to do with a lot of his free time. But he would soon be turning 18 and would have to leave the foster home for good. We talked a lot about both of our situations and came to really want to help one another out. So, you're telling me because of all that, you chose to adopt him? Well, it was still close to the time you and your dad had kicked me out of your lives. And he had told me he only had a few more months left before he had to leave that foster home. He really wanted to go to college after getting out of there, but he wouldn't have any support once the foster home kicked him out. When he told me about his dreams, I really felt for him. I wanted to support him so badly because I lost the child I was going to cheer for. So after a year of going through the whole process, I was able to adopt him and he moved into my home. Are you an imbecile? You're going to tell me you fell for a nameless and parentless loser like him? He's not even related to you by blood, and you're going to call him your son? You are a total idiot for wanting to raise and care for someone that has nothing to do with your family. Idiot, idiot, idiot! What about this makes me an idiot? People that aren't related by blood can still become someone's family. Blood relation doesn't mean everything when it comes to who you love as your family. You are freaking brainless, stupid freaking mom! I'm sure you only did that out of the fear that you would have nobody as you continue to grow older. Well, he doesn't deserve anything from you, especially that money. I'm your actual family, so think about me before trying to find something from that brat. Please do not talk about my son that way. He is the most important thing to me, and I won't stand for you being so cruel. You don't need a son, Mom. You already have a daughter, and she's actually your real daughter. Go ahead and throw that brat away because I'm sure he only wants to be with you for your money. You still have time to get rid of him before he gets all your money. Just toss him out and come to your daughter that you love so much and let's become close again.
The only one that thinks of Brenda as an ATM is you. You're supposed to be her real daughter, yet you kicked her out of your life and house. I'm not going to sit by and let you talk to us like that anymore, you witch.
What?
You're not going to talk trash about my mum. Even if her and I aren't related by blood, she's called me her son so many times. So if you're going to keep that poor behaviour of yours up by making fun of her, I'm going to get right back at you.
What the heck? Are you really the kid my mom adopted?
I am, and so what?
Perfect timing. My mom doesn't seem to take a hint, so I'll have to tell you about this instead. I'm sure that her and you want to be mother and son, but I'm not okay with it. I am not letting you have my mom, nor have any of that money she was given.
Why do I have to listen to a whore like you say things like that about us? You already forced your parents' divorce and cut ties to her, right? You and your dad left her when she needed you both the most, so shut the hell up.
You need to shut up. No matter what you have to say to me, I'm her actual daughter, and that makes her my mom. All you and her are trying to do is make a fake family to hide your flaws, so you fake losers can shut the hell up right now.
Who's the real fake loser here? I told her all the things I love about her and she knows it, so go ahead and tell me what you love about her. Could it be you like how she never complained to you and your dad when you'd force her to do all the chores for you? Or maybe you love her now because she's a millionaire. You say you're her real daughter, so tell me right frickin' now, what is it you love so much about her? You aren't anything to her, because you never loved her the way she wanted to love you. Do get the hell away from us, no matter how much money you need. I can't even begin to comprehend how a whore like you can come back to her when you were the one who took everything she loved away. Destroying another person's life all because you couldn't handle becoming an adult is one of the worst things I've ever had to learn about. Who the hell do you think you are?
I think that I'm her actual daughter.
You think that just because she gave birth to you, you can act like a jackass? You're older than me, and even I'm starting to think of you as some first grader. To think someone like you is even related to my mum by blood, I cannot believe it. It's pure insanity.
Huh?
Never talk to my mum again. Brenda is no longer your mother, so leave her be. You were the one that asked for her to never be your mother again, so live with your mistakes. If you understand what I've said, then delete her contact and never talk to her again.
Thank you for yesterday, Alex. Seeing you talk to someone as horrible as her like that really made me feel good again.
Actually, I'm really sorry about that. I just became so upset with what I was seeing that I snatched the phone from you to tell her what I thought. I'm sure that was not the best way to make a first impression with her. She's going to start saying her mum adopted some kind of demon child now.
You have no reason to worry about that. Also, the fact that you called me your mom yesterday made me so excited. Now tell me, how are things going with you and getting into that college overseas? You told me that today you'd learn more about it, right?
From what I've been told, I'll be able to get right into the college of my dreams over there. I was only told that a few minutes ago, actually.
Congratulations, Alex. This is amazing for you, isn't it?
It appears that the agent I was working through to set this all up knows one of the administrators at the college, and so he was able to send all my documents and that essay straight to him. And after looking through it all, he told me he wants me to start going there next semester. I have a small entrance exam to take still, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
Well, of course it'll be fine. You've studied so hard and diligently for something like this, so you'll pass it easy peasy. I am so happy to see you getting into the place of your dreams.
I promise to continue doing my best while I'm over there. I'll make sure that I'm never spoken as the son who is only after your money. I want people to call me the son that only wants to see his mother's love and who's always working hard for it.
Thank you, Alex, but you don't have to prove any of that to anyone, all right? You will always be loved by me like my son. So don't push yourself too hard if you don't have to. As long as you and I keep living the way we are now together, there will be no complaints about the family we are.
Keep living like we have been together? Do you mean you'll be coming overseas with me?
I think so. It would be really fun, I think. Interesting for sure. Also, being in this town still, in this state, has me feeling a bit worried, after finding out my ex is looking into me for my money. So getting out of this country for a while would really help me relax.
I think that's the best choice then. I've already been studying Spanish a lot, so when we get to Spain, you can rely on me.
You are always going to be my number one son. Well then, I think you and I should get started on preparing for the trip out there. The move out there, I mean. Hey, Mom! Hurry up and open the door. Stop trying to act like you're not home. What? I was even able to bring Dad along this time. You can go ahead and get rid of the foster child so that the three of us can live together again. It's not okay for just the two of you to have that $2 million. You have to be kidding me, right? Did you actually come to the house with a plan like that? If you're going to use that money on some stranger, then you can use it on your family as well. To tell you the truth, Dad and I are really in need of some financial assistance. If we can't get some of that money you have, then we'll be in hot water. What did you just say? Actually, Dad started to borrow a lot of money this year. He was making a lot of money through his job after a raise and promotion, but he started to put it all into the stock market and lost it all. Right now he owes at least $300,000. He has to pay back that much money? And as for myself, I just quit my job. But even after leaving my job, I haven't found anyone who will hire me. So you both have really been in need of some money then? And now you think you can get the woman you both threw away to help you using her parents' money? Once you let us live with you again, you'll be thankful to have your whole family back. You'll see that you really don't need that money-hogging brat anymore, so hurry up and let us inside. I'm sorry, but I've already gone and sold that house. As of right now, both Alex and I are on a plane. And we won't be back to the US for a few years at the very least. What? What do you mean? My son is going to college overseas. So while he's doing that, I thought I'd move overseas with him as it's a perfect chance for me. Huh? I was also worried about what other trouble you and your father would cause, and I was right that something would happen again. So that's why I chose to move, to get that anxiety I had of you both out of my head. It was the perfect choice on my end to have us move away a few months ahead of him having to start school. There's no way. Then what is going to happen to Dad and I? We really need that money you have. Dad is in a lot of debt and I don't have a job. You are the only person we can ask to help us, Mom. Now come on, Christine. Could you stop calling me your mom? I was never going to help you both with anything after what you did to me, so go home. Mom! Good luck with whatever problems you have. Let's both work on taking great care of our separate families from now on, okay? After getting into Spain, I had my SIM card changed and was no longer getting texts or calls from Christine. From friends of mine back in town, they've told me that ever since the forced divorce, my ex's house has been a mess and has only gotten worse recently. And what's even more crazy is that both Christine and her father have been going around saying it'll only be a matter of time until they get some money out of me. But to everyone they tell that to, all they see is two very greedy and heartless individuals. And because of that, those two have pretty much lost all their friends and colleagues. Of course, no one ever came to help my ex pay off his debt, and even though he's been working for a very good company, he's having to start working a part-time job at night to make enough to pay things off. And as for Christine, she's had to start working a few jobs herself, all in order to help her dad pay off his debt, or else she too will get kicked out of his house.
Hey, did I really hear the news right? Are you actually really going to get married? I just can't believe they would actually settle for marrying you. Don't you know that nobody likes you at all? You're a nobody.
And just, what is it about me that you always insist on criticizing, huh?
All of you, you're all just horrible. You've been ugly ever since you were a little girl, and you just couldn't even go to college. You just started working right after high school. I mean, do you even have a single thing in your life that you can be proud of? I don't think so.
Well, I'm so sorry that I can't be like my genius brother and that I decided to start my life after high school. But you do realize that I own my own bakery, right? And did you know that most small businesses close within their first 2 years? Well, I've kept my business open for 5. Doesn't that mean anything to you?
You think that's an achievement or something? Everyone eats bread. Of course you're still open. And your overhead certainly can't be that much if all you need is flour, water, and some salt. You basically took the easiest route possible. It's amazing that you would even try to compare yourself to your brother when that's all that you could come up with. But then again, even when you both were little, it was clear who got the brains and looks between the two of you. And that's why your brother went to one of the top universities in the country and now works at one of the largest firms in the world. And you think that your little bread shop even compares to that?
He might be working at some fancy company, but I still earn more than him.
What are you talking about? Of course you don't earn any more than your brother. I mean, Francis is still in his 20s and he's already making $1 million a year. Could your store even bring that much over in a decade?
You've got to be kidding me. You really don't know anything.
You know, ever since your father died, part of me has always been scared about what's going to happen when I got old. But now that I know my son is going to be able to take care of me, it makes it all better. At least I can count on one of you.
So that's it then? You're just really telling me all this so that I can understand that you like Francis more than me? I'm well aware of how you feel about him, thank you very much. But I still say that you don't know what you're talking about.
You're just jealous that you're never going to be as good as your brother. That's been obvious ever since you were a child. That's why I don't care, even if you are getting married. Because if someone is wanting to marry you, that tells me all I need to know about them.
If that's how you feel, then why did you even agree to meet my fiancé in the first place? You could have saved me the effort of introducing him to you.
Well, I'm glad I could meet him just so I could see how much of a fool he really is. Doesn't he know that you're a nobody? Although just from looking at him, I could tell that isn't much either. So at least you two go well together in that sense.
I can't believe you, Mom. Make fun of me all you want, but leave my fiancé out of this. You don't know him at all. He's always so kind and constantly cheering on my business. Not to mention the fact that he always has a lot of good advice about how I should be running my company.
So I was right then. He's nowhere near the level of Francis at all then. And since that's the case, there's no reason to care for him at all. I hope you aren't wanting me to be at your sad little wedding. I certainly won't be giving you any money for it either. Even though your dad left me quite a pretty penny, I'm going to make sure that there is none left for you.
Hey, dork. I heard the news from Mom. You seriously gonna be getting married?
And just what kind of way is that to talk to your older sister, huh, Francis?
Oh, please, you can't pull the age card on me anymore. We're way past that.
But man, it must be so easy being a chick, huh? I mean, you've really just proved that no matter how stupid or ugly you are, you can still reel in some sap to marry you. So at least now when your stupid bakery does finally close, you can have him take care of you.
If you think that my marriage had anything to do with money, then you're dead wrong. And I certainly don't intend to live off of my husband.
So you intend to support the two of you with your crappy little shop then? Oh, you really are more stupid than you look. And you look really, really stupid.
Is this the only reason you decided to text me right now, Francis?
No, I mean, I think that's great. You've done so much in spite of how stupid you are, you know? I just sure hope that your store doesn't crash and burn and leave you drowning in debt. Because just know that I'm not going to lift a finger to help you when it does. That's your husband's job now.
You and Mom are just the worst. Do you know that? Why do you two always have to put me down? I thought you two might at least be happy that I was getting married.
Just why would that be something worth celebrating, huh? You think you deserve anything nice in your life? What if you ever accomplish that you think is worth celebrating? If anything, I'm the one that people should be celebrating.
And just how do you figure that, huh?
Stupid girls like you get married to nobodies all the time. My life is far more interesting than yours will ever be.
I can't believe this. I actually can't believe that my own family is treating me this way. It's just absurd. I'm not asking for some huge wedding present or anything like that. I just wanted my family to be happy for me for once.
And just what about yourself would you think make anyone happy, huh? I have the college degree, I have the fancy job, and I have everything that you don't. Besides, I'm sure it's just a matter of time before your marriage blows up.
Oh, Lori, I'm so sorry. I completely forgot that today was your wedding day. And now I'm going to miss the whole thing, aren't I? I would love to go if I could, but I just have some really important things that I have to do. Sorry, what is this all about right now? Well, apparently Francis has met this girl that he likes. You see, they're actually already talking about getting married, and Francis told me that I just have to meet her, so that's where I'm going instead of your wedding. So anyways, Francis, his girlfriend, and I will be out for the day. You're kidding me, right? You're actually going to miss your own daughter's wedding just for this? Well, Francis told me that this was the only day that was going to work for him, and that it had to be now. Apparently, this girl also works at a huge company, just like your brother, so they both have very busy schedules. That was the only time we could make it work. You're ridiculous. I can't believe that you're doing this to me right now. You're really putting meeting your son's girlfriend over being at your own daughter's wedding? Well, are you really even that surprised? Do you really think that we would go to your wedding? I just didn't think that you two hated me so much. I thought that you would surely put a wedding before some lunch date, but all you ever do is find new ways of making me feel awful about myself. Oh, come now. Are you really trying to put this on your brother and I? I can't believe that you're being such a baby about this. I am not being a baby. I'm just coming to terms with the fact that I can't count on either of you. But it's been so obvious you've poured so much love and affection and money into Francis while I've got nothing. Why did I ever think that I could count on the two of you? Well, it's only because we knew that there would be no point in spending any money on a girl like you. We might as well have just burnt money to keep warm. But you don't actually know that since you never gave me the chances that you gave Francis. How dare you disagree with your mother? You think I don't remember what actually happened? What do you mean by that? I mean that I could see that while Francis was made for great things, you were not. This is just another job that parents have. They need to raise the best of their children up and make sure their less capable children know their place. You don't really mean that, do you? Of course I do. But apparently I didn't go far enough with you. You clearly think you're far better than you really are. Even though it's obvious that you're nothing at all compared to Francis, and you'll never ever amount to even half of his greatness. You're just a stupid little girl who could barely manage to finish high school. Stop it. You don't know what you're talking about. I run my own business. Even an idiot can run a bread shop. It really isn't that hard. You really need to gain some perspective. Do you know that? I can't believe that you're really telling me all of this. Well, I won't have a chance to tell you at your wedding since we're not going to be there. So enjoy having a wedding with none of your family there. But my mom is going to be there. What on earth are you talking about now? I mean that I don't need you or Francis to be here at my wedding. Did you hit your head or something? I am your mother and I'm not going to be at your wedding. You? No, you're not my mom at all. In fact, I don't even know what I was thinking sending you an invitation. But what does that mean? How could you possibly have invited her? Well, obviously, I would only want people at my wedding who were there to actually help me celebrate. So I've invited someone who I've always thought of as a second mom. My homeroom teacher who pushed me all the way to graduating from high school. She was a better mother than you ever were. Are you talking about Mrs. Harris? You've got to be kidding me. That's right. I am talking about Mrs. Harris. While you were doting on Francis, she was helping encourage me to stick with my studies and not drop out. She even made sure that I had enough to eat throughout the day. In fact, she was the one who taught me how to bake bread at school one day. But I don't get it. Are you saying that I wasn't feeding you enough now? It was just that I noticed you were putting on weight and I wanted to help you keep it off. Besides, it sounds like it's really thanks to me that you learned how to bake bread if you think about it. I am not giving you an inch of credit for anything, Mom. You never taught me anything of value that my teacher didn't teach me better. She's the one who made me think that I could really find a living for myself and make something of myself one day. Even after I graduated and went to work at that industrial bakery, it was so I could learn how the business worked from the inside. So what, you make people sandwiches or croissants and you think that means anything? Don't you get it? You didn't even raise me. I barely even consider myself your daughter because you never gave me a single worthwhile life lesson. Doesn't that make you ashamed of yourself? How dare you talk to your mother that way? You better watch your tone. I don't have to watch anything with you because I don't think of you as my mother. A real mother wouldn't treat her child the way that you've treated me over the years. You really have got some nerve, do you know that? I don't care what you think. Don't bother coming to the wedding because you are uninvited. Not that you were going to come anyways, but I never want to hear from you again. You little brat! You think you can tell me where I can and can't go? You think you can treat me like a nobody? I'll make you pay for this. You were the one who reached out just to tell me that you weren't coming anyways. What are you getting so upset about?
Hey, Lori, you there? I was just talking to a friend and, well, is it true? Is your bakery really that well known?
Why on earth do you want to know that?
Well, it's just that I mentioned your bakery to my girlfriend and even she knew it. She said it's the name of a little truck that goes around town selling baked goods. She told me there's a long line every time you stop at her office. She was telling me about how great the bread is and how if you don't put in your order right away, the bread always sells out.
Well, I'm so happy that you've met one of my loyal customers. It's nice to hear feedback since we're normally so busy we never have time for small talk. Although it's good to know she thinks so high of us.
But then, does that mean it's true? You're really some famous baker? I had no idea you were so well known.
Well, your girlfriend certainly seems to be a fan, so I guess if you take her word for it, it must be true. By the way, I heard from Mom that you're thinking of marrying this girl. She sounds like a real keeper to me.
Of course she's a keeper. I was going to propose to her sometime this year. Or rather, I was going to. But now it feels like she's trying to avoid me.
Oh no. Do you have any idea why she would be doing something like that?
Well, I do. It's because it's all your fault. She only told us how big a fan she was of your bread after we spent the whole evening telling her how horrible you are. For some reason, my girlfriend took it upon herself to defend you.
You mean that someone who didn't even know me stood up to defend me?
And when she found out that your wedding was going on at the same time, she freaked out on me. She asked me what kind of brother I was to be missing your wedding, and that there was no way she could be with a guy like me. She got so mad that she grabbed all of her things and stormed out of the restaurant that we were all in. She was going on about how she had no idea I was that kind of guy, and then told me that she never wanted to hear from me again. I tried calling her a little after that, but she wouldn't pick up her phone.
And you're really going to try and put that on me? Sounds to me like you got exactly what you deserved. I'm surprised it took her this long to figure out the kind of person you are, honestly.
Wait, what? You can't honestly mean that this is all my fault, right? course it's your fault. Well, that's why you gotta help me. Please. She's the daughter of my supervisor.
And why do you think that should make me care?
Because I know that if she doesn't like me, then she can turn my supervisor against me and make my work life much more stressful.
Well, I don't know what you want me to do about it when the reason she broke up with you is because of all the horrible things you were saying.
Come on. You can't really mean that. You know that Mom and I talk bad about you all the time.
That's exactly what I mean, but I want nothing to do with any of this. But just to make things worse for you, I'm going to stop sending my truck to your office. Lori, are you there? I just wanted to say how sorry I am for yesterday. It really is true that I just had to meet Francis's girlfriend yesterday, but we really were just crushed to have to miss your wedding. Of course, you know that we would have loved to be there. What are you going on about now, Mom? I just mean that I can't believe that my little girl has really gotten married. I'm so proud of you. I just wanted to let you know that. Mom, where is this coming from all of a sudden? Do you think I'm going to buy this change of heart? Well, I just had no idea that your business was really that successful. I did a little looking around and you're huge, actually. I mean, I hear that you sell out of all your products every day and that you have fans of yours all over the city. How could I have been so foolish as to not realize this? And just what does that have to do with anything else, huh? Well, then I got to thinking, if you're making that many sales, but your overhead isn't actually that much, then certainly you must be making a ton of money. I was thinking that maybe you could teach me some of your recipes so that I could get some of that money. Mom, give me a break. I am not going to be giving you my recipes because you want to make money. How can you be so cruel to your own mother? I have some goods of my own that you could sell at your store. I'll just need my cut of the dough, so to speak. So you're really also baking now? Well, once I found out how much money there was to be made in doing it, I just knew that I had to get in on it. I'm sure that my baked goods would be a hit at your store, so please, just give them a chance. I actually left a plate of them on your store the other day. Did anyone try them? Oh, that. I got a call from an employee about that. I told him that it was a health hazard to leave food out like that and to throw them all away. Wait, what? You threw my cookies out just like that without even trying them? Mom, you left a plate of uncovered food in a restaurant. What if someone ate one and did get sick? That's a huge liability for us. Anyways, I've already made it clear to you that I want you to stay away from me, and that me, my husband, my business, and anything else you can think of. Got it? After that, my mom heard from my relatives all about what an amazing wedding I actually had. My mom and Francis clearly had no idea that it was going to be catered by a famous chef. Not only that, but we hired a famous DJ as well, and the whole wedding was more like one giant festival. Everyone who was there had an amazing time. As for Francis, I heard that he could never keep a girl for more than a few months before driving them away. After his last girlfriend, his supervisor started coming down on him hard. The rest of the office did too, and it slipped that he was the reason they weren't being visited by my bakery truck anymore. He couldn't stand the pressure and the rumors, and he finally quit his job. I have no idea where he or my mom are now, and frankly, I don't care. My business is running smoothly, my marriage is going well, and for the first time, I finally feel like I am doing enough in my life. Hi, Aisha. I'm really sorry to bother you right now. I know I'm messaging you just before your wedding ceremony. You must be super stressed right now, but I really need to talk to you. My seat wasn't in the venue, so I just wanted to contact you to check what's going on. Did the staff forget to set up all the seats in the hall? I'm sorry, could you please check with them if we need more seats, please? Oh my god, I didn't realize you were messaging me. I'm so sorry, Fatima. Actually, there was a mistake and the seats weren't ready. And it seems like it's going to be impossible to add more seats in the venue now. So can you please just stand at the edge of the hall? Oh, really? Is there really nothing you can do about this? But it's super difficult to stand still for such a long time during a ceremony like this, though. Well, if you don't want to do that, then maybe you should just go home. It's absolutely impossible to add more seats now, so the only way you can watch is to stand or leave. Wait, what? Are you being serious right now? You're not going to find me somewhere to sit? You're going to make me leave?
Well, like I said, there's not a lot I can do now. You understand, right? There's just really not enough space for you. Look, Fatima, I don't really like you at all, and I don't want you here at the wedding. So just read the room a little bit and go home, please. Huh? What the heck did you just say to me? I guess I've been vaguely aware of your hatred towards me for a while now. I'm not too surprised at this. But for kicking me out of my own brother's wedding ceremony? Are you kidding me? What have I ever done to you to make you hate me so much? I understand you don't like me. I just don't get why you do. You seriously want to go into detail of me disliking you? Are you trying to rip into me for reasons why I hate you? You've always been so rude to me and think that you can get away with it. You've always tried to desperately stand out from me, haven't you? It's as clear as day that you're blatantly trying to make yourself look better in front of the family and other people around us. You try to convince them that you're a better cook than me. That kind of thing is nothing but harassment. You try and shove yourself into the spotlight when I'm the one trying to shine in it. That's why I hate you. Whoa, just hold on a minute there, Aisha. What the heck are you talking about? I have never been like that in front of you. I've got no clue what you're saying. Don't say to me that you forgot how you've acted towards me. Don't you remember the dinner we had with my parents at their house the other day? Huh? Oh, yeah, your parents invited us. It's hard to forget the really grand mansion that feels like a house owned by some hotshot executive. We were talking about bringing food and having a house party, but I was a little embarrassed by how out of place my side dish was. You've said that so often already. You proudly accept your appeal just because my parents mentioned your homemade food. Mommy and Daddy just keep on praising your cooking over and over again. They kept saying to me, why don't you get Fatima to teach you how to cook properly? I've never been so angry in my life until that point. You were trying to make me look bad in front of my parents. You're always the star of these house parties, aren't you, Fatima? On that day, we had talked about celebrating my marriage and being together as a family. Why did you all of a sudden become the center of all the excitement? Don't you think that's odd? I'm supposed to be the main character right now. Aisha, you were the main character that day. I was certainly happy that you all enjoyed my cooking, but it was just a compliment, no big deal. Oh, shut up, Fatima. It's not good that you stand out from me, not even for a moment. It's so frustrating to deal with. What? I've not been trying to do that to you, Aisha. I just wanted to celebrate you and my brother today and bond with our families. You've been trying to steal my attention a lot more lately. My mom, dad, and Ali think it's weird. I get it. It's only natural that you can cook so well since your mother taught you well, but you don't need to show off. After all, you're 10 years older than Ali. You're just a pitiful single old hag living alone and has nothing better to do all day. You can't do anything else but cook and show off, but you need to end all this attention-seeking business right now. It's not fair. Oh my God, what? Excuse me? Did you just call me an old hag, Aisha? Is that really necessary? Well, it's true. You're nothing but an old hag who's rotting away in their apartment and will probably own a bunch of cats later on in life since you're still single. I never expected for you and Ali to be 10 years apart in age. It's such a big age gap. When I first heard that from Ali, I was so disappointed. I never thought that I would have an older sister-in-law who's almost hitting 40. You're so old. It's just weird having you be around us younger people. Okay, well, I used to get quite angry over a lot of things, but I've calmed down a bit about my situation. It did look like I was getting a lot of compliments on my cooking, didn't it? So you don't like that, and you don't like me as a person? For now, I want you to know that you're obviously just jealous of me, and you've made your point about hating me, so how about we calm down now? Excuse me? You don't tell me to calm down. I know when to calm myself down, thank you very much. And there's no way that I'd be jealous of an old hag like you. Even though you're good at cooking, don't you think you get a little carried away with your so-called talent? I don't know about that one, Aisha. Look, I think you really do need to calm down since you've made your feelings quite clear. Okay, anyway, I don't like you and I want you to go home now, Fatima. The bride's the star of the ceremony. The daughter of the company said so. An old hag like you doesn't have any right to veto my decisions, so leave and don't even think about trying to get into my ceremony.
Hey, Fatima, where are you right now? I wanted to say hello to you, but I've looked all over the venue and I can't find you. Surely you've been in the hall for a while now, right? Maybe I just can't see where you're sitting? Oh, Jasmine, hello. I'm so sorry to have you running around the entire venue looking for me. Actually, I'm on my way home right now. You won't find me at the venue because I left the wedding hall. I'm sorry to waste your time. Wait, what? Why did you go home? Are you okay? What's going on? Did something happen? You do know that their wedding is about to start, right? Yes, I know. Unfortunately, some various circumstances have come up and I had to leave. This hasn't got anything to do with them not having any more seats in the venue, is it? Oh, I knew it. Actually, I was aware that there was no seat for you, even though you're a part of the family. What is going on, Fatima? I thought you weren't here because of work or something like that, so I thought that I would see you at the ceremony later, but to be honest, I thought that something weird was going on. Yeah, is it okay if I talk to you about something? So, there's a reason why I'm not there. Actually, Aisha dropped a bomb on me that she hates me. So it seems like there wasn't a seat ready for me for the ceremony because of her hating me and not wanting me there. Are you kidding me? She actually told you that? What's her problem? Why would she do this to you? You're her fiancé's sister, for goodness sake. Aisha told me that she doesn't like me taking her spotlight all the time and that I stand out more than her. It's kind of ridiculous. Anyways, I understand that today is really important to them and I don't want to make things worse. So I did the adult thing and went home. I don't want to give my little brother any more trouble because of Aisha, so please, just keep this to yourself. Okay, hold on just a minute there, Fatima. This is crazy. I'm not sure if that has anything to do with the party. I don't think anyone else hates you. I guess I didn't think that not everyone would like my cooking. I guess she took advantage to stand out since she didn't like my cooking. That sounds like a lot to deal with. I'm so sorry, Fatima. Maybe she's just angry as you're just wanting to know what's going on. Maybe we're all too aggressive for her. Actually, we've been talking about your cooking a lot of the time at my house. It was so nice to have you make food for us. Oh, really? Does that mean you like my cooking, Jasmine? The food you made for the party was super delicious. My husband and I fell in love with that dish you made, so I asked Aisha to ask you for the recipe. And I wanted to invite you over here so you can teach me how to make all of your tasty dishes. That must have been what bothered my daughter, so she did this. Oh, I see. Well, I guess I understand where she's coming from, but I just don't know what I've done to her. Aisha is my only daughter, and she's just so adorable. But now I feel like I've spoiled her, and she was pampered so much when she was growing up. Maybe that's why she thinks she has the best personality and wants to be in the spotlight all the time. I'm so sorry that I didn't get involved sooner to stop her. Oh, please, don't worry, Jasmine. Don't worry too much about it. I can handle myself. Maybe I did something else to bother her. I don't know about that, Fatima, but for her to kick you out of the venue so you can't see your little brother get married, that's such a terrible thing to do. I'm going to try and convince my daughter to let you come back and watch the wedding. Oh, really? You can do that for me? Is that all right? All I want is to see my brother say I do. Of course, you should be allowed to see your brother get married just like everyone else. I'll go and get your seats sorted immediately, so please make your way back to the wedding venue. I'll see you soon.
Excuse me? Who invited you back here? How long do you think you plan on staying here? Didn't I tell you before? There aren't any more seats, so could you please go back home and stay there? Aisha, what are you even talking about? Did Jasmine not tell you what's going on? She told me that she was going to find a seat for me right away. What are you talking about? Since when were you talking to my mommy? What the heck? She didn't tell me anything. Oh my god, this is so annoying. I never thought that you'd go crying to my mom about what I said to you. You've got a lot of nerve doing that. No, that's not what I did. She was the one who messaged me asking where I am. She wanted to make sure that I got to see my little brother today. No, as the bride, I'm the main character today. This is my wedding and I'll do whatever I like. I'm telling you to go home, so you need to leave right now. You know how much I hate you. I don't want you here at all. Are you crazy? Why are you still here? Hurry up and leave. You're ruining everything. How could you talk to me this way? Why should I have to leave? Why do you hate me so much that I'm not allowed to be here? Aha, I know. Maybe you're just trying to find yourself your own husband amongst this crowd, right? That's why you're trying to stay in this hall. You want to find someone to marry. What the heck are you saying? Why would I try and find a husband at your wedding? Oh, I see what's happening now. It makes total sense that you're doing this because you're a single and miserable old hag. You can't afford to miss such a good opportunity to find your soulmate. Did you know that many of my male friends are actually doctors and lawyers? I'll ask if anyone is single to come to today's wedding regardless of their gender. I know you're desperately trying to stand out at my wedding. We both know for a fact that what you said is not the reason why I'm coming to this wedding. There is no way that I'd act out and hunt down potential future husbands at my own brother's wedding. But you're already getting up there in age, and you're so miserable to deal with. You'd probably never admit it, but deep down, we all know how desperate you are to meet someone. That's why no matter how many times I tell you to go home, you're not going to budge. I thought you were just being a stubborn hag, but you're just looking for a man. You're so desperate, it just makes me laugh so much. Aisha, I'm getting really sick of your attitude towards me. Could you please just cut this out? Look, I know you don't like me, but would you stop calling me a miserable old hag? It is so rude. And just because I'm single doesn't mean you can make fun of me for it. A lot of people these days choose to be single for longer. I can't take this anymore. Oh, shut up, Fatima. You're so annoying. Don't talk back to me, you old hag. I'm allowed to call you whatever I like. If you don't want me making fun of you so much, then why don't you just hurry and go home? Then you wouldn't have to talk back to me about being a crappy person. Aisha, please stop being like this towards me. I didn't do anything to you. You really need to stop this. If you've got something to complain about, then you need to hurry up and leave. Stop making excuses to stay. This wedding day's important to me, and I want you to go home. Just having you, an old lady, around makes the atmosphere feel less lively. You're so boring. Well, if that's the case, then shouldn't all the old people at your wedding be told to go home too? Huh? What's that supposed to mean? I only want you to leave because you're miserable. You're annoying and you're so much older than me. You know, I really didn't know that you hated old women so much, Aisha. I guess your mommy will go home then. It's a shame that I won't be able to see my precious daughter's wedding, but that's your wish, so... Wait, what? Are you talking about my mother? Why? Why would she leave the wedding? Just wait a minute, is that you, Mom? Yes, it's me, your mother. Since I'm an old lady, of course I'll go home. I wonder if all the women older than you should go home now. I'm sure that's your definition of what an old hag is, isn't it, Aisha? Wait, hold on. What's that supposed to mean? I don't dislike old ladies. I just hate Fatima. Why do you even have her phone for? Wow, you really didn't realize what I was doing at all, did you? I tried to call out to you many times in the waiting room, but you were so absorbed with messaging on your phone and didn't notice me at all, so I had no choice but to get a seat for Fatima and call her. Wait, what? It was your idea to get Fatima back here? How could you do that, Mommy? Honestly, why would you do that? You were so focused on messaging that I was getting worried about who you were texting. So I asked her to show me her messages. I never expected that you'd throw so much horrible abuse at Fatima. I can't believe you'd treat someone like this, Aisha. Wait, what? She showed you her messages? That's an invasion of our private conversation. She's so infuriating. When did she do this? Since when have you been watching us message each other? Why would you spy on me like this? For how long doesn't matter when it comes to how badly you've been treating Fatima, but I've seen all the messages you've been sending to each other. What? This can't be happening right now. Please tell me this is a joke you're playing, Mom. I've got no words to say to you. I didn't bring up my daughter to act like this, but I know how spoiled you've been throughout your life. Where on earth did you learn to talk like that to somebody? It's disgusting behavior. I don't remember you talking like this when you were younger. Mommy, please. You know I would never speak about anyone like this. I've got good reasons to talk about Fatima this way. She took the spotlight away from me. It's not my fault. Fatima is trying to make everyone like her and take them away from me. I should be the one getting all the attention, especially today.
I don't want to hear your selfish excuses anymore, Aisha. If you hate old women so much, I'll just go home with Fatima. I'm not an ancient being, but I know I'm nearing retirement age, so I guess I'm an old woman then. If I wasn't like this, I'm sure the wedding would be more lively.
What are you talking about? Mommy, stop being like this. You're not that old. And I don't hate you. I just don't like Fatima. Please don't leave. It's not a good sign if the bride's mother decides to go home now. Please, it wouldn't look good.
Don't you understand? It's not good to send Fatima home either when she's your fiancé's sister. We're going to be a big family soon.
But Fatima's so annoying, Mommy. She's so old, miserable, and she's single. She brings down everyone. Even though she's 10 years older than me, she always tries to outshine me in everything I try to do.
What's the point in trying to convince you otherwise, Aisha? There's no point fighting you on this. If you can't let Fatima stay and watch the wedding, then as your mother, I can't condone this. I'm going to leave too. Goodbye, Aisha.
Mommy, no! Please wait. Are you seriously leaving? You can't go home right now. We've not even started the ceremony yet.
I'm giving up and I'm not talking to the others about this. If you're going to come home with a bunch of people, it'll be such a nuisance for your new husband. It'll be a childish thing to do to involve everyone in this problem. I've got to go and calm down a little. Fatima and I are going home now.
But please, you're my mother. You can't leave me. It's my wedding day. Please don't go. I need you.
Have a nice ceremony, Aisha. I'll leave the rest of the things to your father. He can deal with you. I'm done with all this nonsense.
How could you do this to me, Fatima? It is all your fault that my mommy decided to go home. How could you show her our messages? I even took the trouble to write a letter to my mom. If the person in question isn't present, then all the emotion of the ceremony would be ruined. All the guests were gossiping because they saw that my mom wasn't there. It's all your fault.
Well, congratulations on getting through a super irregular wedding. You know, your mother took me out for tea and coffee as an apology. It was actually so nice to share coffee and delicious pastries with her.
I can't believe this. Are you kidding me? How could you both do this to me? She didn't attend her own daughter's wedding, but she went and had coffee with you?
We had such a wonderful time together, and we just relaxed and talked about so many different things. But halfway through our conversation, I was listening to her complaints, and she said that you always wanted to be the best at everything. I was sighing and thinking about what she said. I almost ran out of things to say to her.
How could you? Just shut up, Fatima. I'm supposed to be the one having a nice day with my mom and family. You've ruined it. I was a woman born into a rich family. It's okay for me to be selfish and to do what's best for me. You're so annoying.
Wow. Okay, I guess that's a new and I guess refreshing way to look at spoiled brats.
It would have worked out according to plan if you had just gone home quietly. Because of you, my mother got involved. And because of her not being at the wedding, it's going to make things so complicated. If anything bad happens, I'm cutting you off. Don't you dare show your face in front of me again. You make me so angry, I just can't take it anymore. You can't just cut me off from my own family, Aisha. You've got no right to do that. My brother shouldn't be affected by this. It's the best thing to do. I hate you so much. You're not allowed to see your brother ever again. I won't let you. If you meet up with him, I'll know.
I can't believe you'd do this to my own family. This makes me sick. You make me want to throw up. What did my sister ever do to you?
Wait, this isn't Fatima. Is that you, Ollie? Oh, my dear, why do you have her phone for?
I seriously don't feel good, and I'm not in any condition to fight with you anymore. How could you act like this? If you want to cut off my sister, then you can cut me off as well. My family sticks together no matter what, and I'm not going to let you ruin it, Aisha. I don't want to hear from you ever again. Don't bother showing your face in my neighborhood either, because I'm just going to ignore you.
But I'm sorry, Ollie. I didn't do this to you. Don't leave me. I want to be with you. I just wanted your sister out of the picture. She ruins everything.
Don't talk crap, Aisha. Look, I'm going to the reception now, and I don't want to talk to you there. Don't even think about eating even a speck of my sister's cooking.
At the reception, Aisha seemed to keep her head down the entire time. Even though she kept to herself, she tried to reach for some of Fatima's food. The whole plate was then confiscated by Ali. After that, in the presence of their parents, Ali had a discussion with Aisha. As a result, Aisha was not allowed to see Fatima or Ali ever again, and the others decided to never contact her either. They told her this is the end of her boasting about being young and that she's not their daughter anymore. Aisha will never be able to eat Fatima's professional dishes ever again. Aisha now goes to cooking classes to get better at her dishes, but it sounds like she's causing chaos at her cooking classes every week. Let's hope she can improve her attitude and her cooking from now on.
Hey, Lisa, wake up right now. I have to talk to you about something really, really important.
Nick, it's 3 a.m. What are you doing trying to call me on the phone right now?
It's because I have something huge that we need to talk about right this instant. You know how you met my friend yesterday?
Oh, are you talking about Emily? Yeah, you invited her out to eat lunch with us yesterday. What about her?
Well, the thing is that after you broke off, Emily and I ended up hanging out for a bit afterward. And anyways, she gave me her final score on you.
Her final score? What is that supposed to mean? And I didn't know that the two of you were still hanging out after that. I thought that we all went our separate ways after we had lunch. I mean, you dropped me off at home, and I thought that you went back home as well.
Well, yeah, I dropped you off, but then I met back up with Emily afterward. She wanted to tell me about the final score that she gave you. She was watching you to see if you were going to be a good fit for me to marry.
Sorry, so you're telling me that that whole time we were having lunch, your friend was secretly judging and grading me?
You do realize that we just celebrated our 10th anniversary as boyfriend and girlfriend, right? Don't you think it's about time that you and I finally got married? Of course, I realized this would be a really big decision for the both of us, so I asked my friend to try and give me an unbiased third-person perspective on you.
So if I understand this, you're telling me that the whole reason you invited your friend and introduced her to me was so that you could have her rate me? Then again, I did think it was really weird that you were even introducing me to one of your friends in the first place, since I haven't really met any.
But Emily is a really, really good friend of mine, and we've known each other since we were in elementary school. So that's why I wanted her to administer the final test to you.
Well, okay, I guess that sort of makes sense. How did I do then? Did I pass in Emily's eyes?
No, Lisa. I'm afraid you didn't pass at all, actually. And that's why I think that you and I should break up.
Wait, what? You're telling me that Emily told you that you and I shouldn't get married?
That's right. She was very honest about her opinion, and she said that you just wouldn't be a good fit for me. She told me that I would be better off looking for a better woman than you. So, I'm sorry, but that's why you and I have to break up now. I realize now how much better I could be doing.
But, hold on. You mean that you're really going to break up with me because a friend told you to? We've been together for a whole decade. You can't just subject me to some test I don't even know about and decide to end it all because I didn't pass it.
No, this isn't just some arbitrary thing I was putting you through. Surely you can understand how well a friend I've known as long as Emily would serve as a judge of character for me and anyone I was dating. I trust her to know who would and wouldn't be a good fit for me, so I take her advice very seriously.
I don't even know what to say to that. I mean, I only met her once. How can she pretend to know me after such a short interaction? I'm sorry, but I think it's just absurd for you and I to break up over something silly like this.
Lisa, you really don't know Emily like I do. She's a really sharp girl, and she knows these kind of things better than anyone else I know of. You didn't offer to get us water when we all sat down. You didn't offer Emily a bite of your food to try. You just weren't being charming at all, and Emily saw right through that.
What? Are you really telling me that that's what I got failed for?
It may not be enough for you, but I was more than convinced by Emily's assessment of you. So I just really don't think that I can see a future with you now. Instead, I'm going to take Emily's advice to me and break up with you before we get any deeper into this.
I don't believe this. You're really just going to throw away 10 years of dating me because of what one friend tells you? This is insane. Why didn't you stick up for me at all?
What should I have told her that she wouldn't have already seen? Besides, Emily is one of my best friends, and I know that she's going to know what's best for me. Maybe even more so than I would myself. So I'm sorry, but I'm not going to go against what Emily says when I know how good her intuition is.
So then you're really going to go through with this? Even though we've been dating for 10 years? Even though we were talking about getting married?
I'm really sorry about this, Lisa, but after hearing what Emily had to say about you, I realized that I can't marry you the way you are now. You got a long way to go before I could even think of marrying you now.
Hey there, Lisa. I was watching that whole conversation between you and Nick just now. It must really suck to be broken up with by your boyfriend so early in the morning, right? Wait, what? What do you mean? Are you saying that you were with Nick when he was texting me? I'm just saying that I'm so sorry that it seems your boyfriend broke up with you because of what I had to say to him. I was only giving him my personal opinion on the matter. So I hope you can see that it's really not my fault that he chose to listen to me, right? But he said that if I didn't think you were good enough for him, then you must really not be good enough for him. You didn't answer my question, though. Are you there with Nick right now? You've been watching our text conversation this whole time? That's right. We had so much fun after lunch and ended up hanging out all night. In the end, he missed the last train back home and had to sleep at my place. After all, he was in no place to drive by the time we finally were ready to call it a night. I don't even know what to say to any of this right now. Are you telling me that my boyfriend spent the night at another woman's house, only to text me early the next morning and tell me that he was breaking up with me? That's right, but don't let this get you down. I'm sure you'll find a man that you're more suited to be with. There are plenty of fish in the sea. Although it is so sad that this means the end for your 10-year-long relationship with Nick. But I'm sure that someone just like Nick will come along for you at some point in the future. You just wait and don't give up hope. I don't need any comforting words from you, thank you very much. If anything, you're going to be the one who needs good luck. And just why should I have anything to worry about in any of this right now? Come on, you don't see how obvious it is that you two should be together? I mean, Nick may have cut me off, but you two have been friends even longer than we were dating. I think that if anything, you should probably just date Nick. Even if all you'd be doing otherwise is making him break up with his girlfriend. Oh, I see what you're trying to get at with all of this. Let me tell you that you don't have to worry about a single thing when it comes to that. I don't think I'll have to rate any more girls after you. And just what is that supposed to mean then, huh? Well, it's because I'm already taking your advice, and Nick and I are, in fact, already dating each other. So I'll never have to save him from a girl like you again. Wow. You're kidding me, right? Are you two actually going out so soon after breaking up with me? That's right. I mean, it's like Nick said, there isn't another girl in the world who knows him as well as I do. And after all this time has passed, it's clear to him that he and I are meant to be together. I think it's kind of funny the way he just perfectly transferred from you to me, but it really does make sense when you think about it. I don't think this is funny at all. You used your position as his friend to get yourself into a place where you could keep other women from him. I bet you were trying to find a way to date him this whole time, but that doesn't make you a good friend. You were just manipulating him. You really think that I won't be able to make Nick as much, if not more, happy than you were able to make him? I think the two of you are more suited for each other than you realize. Now, goodbye.
Lisa, it's been so long since you and I have last talked. How have you been? You doing well?
Nick, what are you doing texting me? What do you want? What is this about?
Well, I was just thinking that you and I are getting pretty up there in age now, and, well, I was wondering if you'd like to marry me.
Excuse me? You're really asking me if I would like to marry you?
I mean, you're almost in your 40s now, aren't you? So am I, and I'm still single, so why don't you and I get married?
Now hold on just a moment. I thought that you and Emily were dating each other this whole time. What happened to that? Did you two break up? Is that why you're running straight back to me? This has got to be a joke.
Don't even say her name around me. I broke up with that other woman. She got pregnant and then kept bugging me about getting married. But then it turned out that the kid she was having wasn't even mine, so we broke up because she cheated on me.
You're kidding me. That's really how you two ended up splitting up?
That's right. It was actually the other guy who reached out and told me about the whole thing. But I did my research and found out that the kid really wasn't mine. But I still couldn't believe it. It was just such a shock.
Yeah, well, if you two were talking about getting married, I can see how hearing something like that would ruin just about everything.
She was my friend for so long, maybe even my best friend, and she betrayed me like that. I still can't believe that it's happened even now. But then I remembered you. Then I remembered that I was single again, so I figured now that Emily and I are through, you and I could get married.
And that's why you chose to reach out to me like this then? Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, we were dating for 10 years and you never once lied to me. You're always so kind and sweet, and you took care of me too. It's clear that you were, and still are, the only girl for me.
Give me a break. You've got some nerve talking to me after 3 years and trying to flirt like this. Honestly, even reading these messages is enough to piss me off. You're only coming back to me because you got broken up with.
Well, yeah, that's true. But isn't this the perfect chance for you and I to get back together? I seriously doubt you have that many suitors at your age. Are you really gonna tell me that you'd rather be single and old than be with a catch like me? I thought you'd be just a little more excited to hear from me after all this time.
You did not actually just type that message and send it to me, did you?
Oh, come on, Lisa. Can't we just calm down and talk about this rationally? Do you really think you'll be able to find another man who wants to marry you at this age? It's not like you'd even be able to give a husband to yours kids or anything at this point.
Oh, I'm sure you are doing all of this because of how concerned you are about my prospects.
Just saying that I'm here as a choice for you, and I think a very good one at that. Don't you remember how good it was when we were together? We can have that again. We can still even have kids if we hurry. Let's just think of the past 3 years as a short break. It's nothing compared to the decade that we spent together.
I will have you know that I already have a husband and children. Thank you very much.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that?
I mean that I want you to stop all of this nonsense right now. Did you really think there was even a chance that you and I would end up together? You're acting as if I'm delusional when you're the one hitting up old flames because you're so desperate at your age. But good luck finding someone who'll marry you and have kids with you now.
Wait, hold on a second. What do you mean that you're married and have kids? I mean, I thought that you were single. How do you have a family?
Are you stupid? I mean, was that a real question? I don't even know what to say. You literally answered it for yourself. I got married, and then I started a family. It's how the whole thing works.
Hold on a second. You're telling me that you got remarried. You actually managed to find a man willing to marry a woman like you. But how could you do that without asking me first?
Why in the world would I need your permission to marry someone after we broke up? Besides, I started dating my husband a year after you left me. We got married a year later, and then we had our first child not long after.
This can't be happening. You're supposed to be mine. All mine. But then you go and get married and have a child with some other man.
Nick, seriously, what are you even talking about? You and I broke up 3 years ago. You have no say at all with what I can and can't do in my life.
But look, I know that Emily said that you and I weren't meant to be together, but I never actually wanted to break up with you. Besides, what's the deal with you moving on and getting married and having kids so quickly after we broke up? Don't you think you moved on way too fast after a 10-year relationship?
Who do you think you are telling me that? You were the one who slept with your best friend and texted me that we were breaking up the next day.
You can't compare the two. They're completely different.
Whatever, I really don't have time for this nonsense. Have a nice life, Nick.
Wait, no, you can't just go. Please. Emily betrayed me, and now you're the only person that I can turn to. What am I supposed to do?
I don't know. Why don't you go and make up with your so-called best friend and leave me alone, huh? I have to take care of my baby.
You're horrible. How could you cheat on me like this? How could you have another man's baby and still want to raise it?
Maybe because it's the child of me and my husband, and as her mother, that's what I'm supposed to do. You really need to get a life and stop chasing after what you had in the past. We are over, and that's final. Lisa, thank you so much for the other day. Thanks to what you said, I was able to patch things up with Nick, and he and I decided to get married again. I'm going to be the best wife I can and give him a lovely family. Wow, so you two really talked things over and decided to get back together? That's right. He said that you really put his feet to the fire and made him think about a lot of things. He said that he realized it was his fault for pushing me into the arms of another man. And he also took responsibility for me having another man's baby as well. I don't know what you said to him, but thank you so much for convincing him to get back with me. I really didn't do anything for you or him, but whatever. I hope that you two get it right this time. It's just that here I thought you were so mad at the two of us for what happened in the past, but now I see what kind of person you really are. And I hear that you're a mother now, too. That really is amazing. I'm still pregnant with mine, but I'm going to come to you for lots of advice on what I can do. And if you want to give me a bunch of old baby things that you have, like toys and clothes, that would really be great. Hold on a second. Let me make something clear for you, Emily. I do hate you and Nick very much. I don't want to be friends, and I didn't talk to Nick with the intention of saving your marriage. So I'm not going to give you advice or free anything. Do you understand? Lisa, come on. What way is that to act towards another young mother? Don't you see we have so much in common now? Maybe we could do a double date one day and you could introduce us to your husband, and then our families can be good friends. I mean, I'd just love to meet whatever loser actually decided to marry you. Ah, that's what I was waiting for. You should know that my husband is actually a supervisor at your company. I take it you know a Mr. Brown, right? Hold on a second. You're telling me that you're married to Corey Brown? That's right. And he's always complaining to me about being harassed by the woman at his workplace. I asked him a bit about it once, and he mentioned your name. Sometimes the world really is too small, but anyways, you should know you're already on thin ice with him. You're kidding me, but I hardly even do anything. It's not my fault I have such strong, womanly charms. By the way, I assume you've hidden all this from Nick, but I've heard from Corey, who heard through the office grapevine, that your baby's dad is a married man from your office. Corey normally wouldn't care at all about that kind of thing happening in the office since he doesn't like drama, but he couldn't abide it after he caught you two intimately using some office space. You mean that your husband actually saw us doing it at work? That's right. So I guess if you really want to have that double date, we could, but just know that my husband is pretty weak when it comes to drinking and loves to gossip after a couple pints. What? No, forget it. You two keep far away from the two of us, and whatever you do, don't tell Nick about this.
Here I thought I was going to marry Emily, and now I'm being sued instead. Where did my life go wrong?
Not that I care about your question, but what do you mean you're being sued?
I finally figured out who the father of Emily's baby is. It's a married man she works with. I found out because the guy's wife showed up at our house and said she was going to be suing Emily for the affair. But Emily doesn't have any money, so she's asking me to pay all $30,000 that this guy's wife is demanding from us.
Well, you did agree to close your eyes to the fact of Emily's affair and pregnancy, so I suppose you'll have to pay for this.
But I didn't do anything. I'm the victim here. Besides, I didn't know she was sleeping with married guys. He should be paying us child support. But he said that since Emily never told him about it, that he won't have to.
You know, I feel the worst for this poor kid Emily's going to have.
Well, you should feel bad for me. But please, look, you have to get back together with me. Trying to fix things with Emily was a huge mistake.
This has got to be a joke. You did not reach out to me to try and get back together. I don't know why I expected anything different from you. You all got yourselves into this mess, and I refuse to be dragged down to your level. Now, for the last time, leave me alone. After that, I hear that Nick and Emily stayed together and even went through with the marriage and had Emily's child. I also heard that they tried to hide the baby from their parents who were begging for a grandchild. Meanwhile, Nick had to pay for Emily's lawsuit and lost $30,000 for it. They couldn't keep the child a secret forever, and before long, Nick had to beg to his parents for help taking care of it. In the end, Emily and Nick had to move in with his parents in order to get the help they were asking for. I haven't heard a word about or from either of them since then.